So this next part, we want to frame a little differently, Carrie. We just want everybody to understand it's a conversation, even more than an interview, but it's a conversation between two powerhouses that need to understand what power they have.
And Kim, I also want to say that this is the first representation of our roving reporter, Linda Bonney, who actually sits down and has that conversation with Jill. So we are going to send it over to you, Linda.
Thanks, Kim and Kerry. This is Linda coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. This week in Living Proof Conversations about Dream, Doubt and Do, I'm speaking with Jill from Mama Outspoken, and we will be talking about mamas and self-care when it comes to bringing it all into our lives, as you can see.
I think I'm in the doubt phase currently with a lot right now. So it's like, I do need you to start doing this so I can gain like more insightful ways to getting out of the doubt.
Yeah, but you've been dreaming of a podcast for a while. How long was that?
Not really. I mean, I enjoyed it, but it was such a lift. And then now here we are, and this is going to be magic because it's like, it's an easier step than probably what I'm destined
How you're
to
going
do.
to complicate it.
A podcast, starting that up would be, you know, an answer to a lot of things.
Yeah. Yep.
Here we are.
What do you think is going to help alleviate some of that doubt?
I think the biggest thing I am looking for right now is talking it out. Like, yeah, I know. And finding a safe place to do it.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Safe place is a term that's thrown around a lot. What does that mean to you, though?
That's what I've been trying to define. My goodness. It's a place where I don't feel guilty for dumping things that you don't need to know about on you. And I don't get, I don't want to say it's like a rebuttal. Like, I don't want the, well, you should do this, or it's not really advice, but like I guess it is advice. Like, I'm just looking for validation. Right?
Yeah, isn't it interesting that we do that to ourselves, though?
Yeah.
Because really, who gets to decide whether it is a dump or not? Who gets to decide whether it is the right thing, or too much, or too little, or not enough, or like, how does that get decided? That's another D, and there's 4 Ds.
My gosh.
And look, I think it's easy to judge and not remember where we're at. So in thinking about this podcast, it's not even a week to sit down and start a podcast if you've never ever done it before. It takes a lot longer than us saying, well, here's the music we're going to use, here's the artwork, here's some titles, here's the topics, here's a calendar, here's a checklist. Done. Like that was in 2 days.
Right. Yeah.
And
so you got the experience versus the novice. Yeah.
Exactly. And it can be often that I see people will come in and be like, well, okay, I'm going to sit down and do it now really quickly, or I'm going to dream up this idea and then skip the doubt phase. Think that I won't have anything pop up that might be unknown or uncommon or anything else like that. And it does not usually translate at all. You've got to throw like another D in there, like it's discovery, isn't it? Discovery about yourself and your abilities, capabilities, and what you actually do want. Getting clear on what you want.
Discovery, that's a good one. Don't put
I'll
more
just rip out the
with all these ideas.
I'll just rip out the dictionary, the D from the dictionary, and be like, there you go. Like, that should cover it. Thanks. Delegate.
There you go. Yeah. Oh, there's somebody. Oh my gosh.
Yep. Easier said than done.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Especially the delegating as a mum. Even though it feels like sometimes we can't make it work, when we do, put in that little bit of effort. Well worth it. So. Yeah.
That's right.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah. That's okay. You can go hang out with Mama now. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
I'll see you guys later.
Back to you, Kerry.
Oh my goodness, Kerry.
Oh, wow.
So let's frame this just a little bit with the two of them, because Linda is the production hub manager. She like manages different podcasts. She produces podcasts. She does all kinds of amazing things, but she needed to do something to help her. Jill like is an amazing human. She does all kinds of things, including yesterday speaking for a large organization in New York. Like there are some things that these ladies are doing, and then when it came down to what I call getting the car out of the driveway so that they could start making some needle moving moves, the two of them together, Carrie, collaboratively are off the charts, I feel like.
Kim, I agree. And I think it's going to be, well, firstly, putting together this plan is certainly part of the journey that they're on together. But I can't wait until that further evolves and turns into the production, because I know they're going to have fun with this, but it's going to be serious and it's actually going to help a lot of people out there as well.
I agree, Carrie. And one of the things about the living proof we want to mention really quickly is the fact that the both of them have littles. They have kids running around, and we are different here, Carrie, than a lot of places. A lot of places you have to hide the kids, you can't have a life, you can't be a mama, you have to just be business. And we just don't believe in that. We believe that messy is beautiful. And sometimes that means littles running across or littles, speaking up in a meeting. I believe Siggy was having her way with the meeting. Like, I feel like all of that is really, it's really important for us to demonstrate that you don't have to be stressed out all the time about being perfect looking or hiding your kids or hiding that you have a life. I just think all of that comes out in that little bitty conversation. I'm just saying.
I agree, Kim, and I think it's actually like something that we want we want others to be okay with that as well. And I feel like the world is shifting in this motion, particularly since the Great Freeze. There has been more acceptance, particularly in online meetings of, if someone walks past, no one really thinks about it anymore. Whereas back before the Great Freeze, it was probably, close all the doors and make sure no one comes in, and, like everything was very rigid in that space. So I'm really pleased that that is possible and that it's encouraged. And I think it's something that the world is seeing more of.